What are you doing to me, man?
Good morning. Happy Juneteenth.
Good God. I'm sitting down. I think I have another 3 minutes. Conrad's just logging on.
Hey, listen,
Some
sometimes
iced
you gotta
coffee.
be on time, more than being on time.
Are we live on Facebook and on the radio right now?
We are live on Facebook and on the radio. What? Something's wrong with that?
No, I was just thinking of this song. It's Friday. I love that Johnny Kemp song. Just got paid, Friday night, party hunting, the bass is right, booty shaking all around, pour one drink, I'm getting down. Oh, man. That is Friday.
You know what? So right now, let's just shoot the breeze for a minute here, Adam. By the way, folks, this is Cruising with the Case Handler. We both host the show. Adam Handler is an attorney. I'm a businessman. We have known each other for over 15 years, okay? Over 15 years. Very, very good friend of mine. One of my better friends, to be honest, because he's very straightforward. He doesn't hold any punches. He doesn't bull crap me. He tell me like it is. He's a very straightforward gentleman. So I respect him and I love working with him. And of course, we're doing the show where we talk about personal injury, we talk about immigration, and we're going to be getting into that. But, right now, Adam, what we want to do is let's build up the Facebook audience. We want to hit a specific number today. It's a very special day. I want us to let people know that right now we want them to actually share the pages that they're watching. A lot of you are logging on, please share the page, stay with us, check out the show, listen to some attorneys. They all got personalities. They all got great characters. Normally when you listen to attorneys, the status quo attorneys, as they put it, they'd be square. These guys are not. Very down to earth, and they're very family oriented, meaning that they will treat you like family. So today is Juneteenth, and I don't know how many people know what Juneteenth is all about, but we're going to be touching on that. But right now, what I want to touch on is sharing the page. Okay, sharing the page, and follow my friend's page. All right, Adam Handler. Everybody out there who has not been following that page, need for you to follow that page right now. Okay, Adam, what is your page again?
My page, my Facebook page?
Yeah.
Dude, they call me the Case Handler. Just check out Case Handler. It's easy as that. Instagram, Case Handler, Facebook, Case Handler. It's a great way to be connected to our firm, to our practice, specifically to the personal injury cases. A lot of people call me and say, Mr. Handler, I got an immigration question for you. What would you say if, and I'm like, well, pump your brakes. I handle the personal injury cases. Let me get you over to my partners who handle the immigration cases. And we have literally been fielding hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I can say that now because I think we're well over 300 phone calls since the pandemic hit. People getting free consultations for their immigration questions, people getting free consultations for their personal injury questions. In fact, yesterday you gave me a call saying you had somebody that was calling for, I think it was your BioLife product, and was telling you in a car accident. And the first thing you did is, whoa, you got to speak to my guy, Adam Handler, and get an opinion. And I spoke to her. It was not a case that was worth pursuing. But you know what? At least she hung up the phone, feeling a little bit better, knowing that she got some honest answers. And most of the cases that we get calls from are just not worth pursuing, or not cases at all. And we'll give it to you straight. I work on a contingency fee, meaning I get paid if and only if I'm successful for you, right? So personal injury lawyers in the state of New York work on a contingency fee of 1/3, meaning at the end of the case, whatever we recover for the client, 2/3 goes to the client, 1/3 goes to the lawyer. So we have a combined interest in making sure that you get the maximum compensation for your injury. We're all on the same team. The more money for the client recovered for time out of work, medical bills, and pain and suffering, obviously the larger the fee for the lawyer. So when you see those multi-million-dollar awards coming to the client tax-free, there's good vibes all around. Job well done for everybody. Everybody walks away feeling that they've been fairly compensated either for the injuries that they've received, or in our case, the work that we performed in helping those clients get that one and only shot at justice. We say it all the time, one chance, one choice, your case handler. And by that, we mean one chance to get it right. There are no redos in personal injury. And one choice of attorney. You can only have one attorney at any given time working on your personal injury case. Now, obviously, if you're unhappy with your attorney, you can always switch, just like you can switch your doctor, your plumber, your electrician, even your spouse, I guess. You have the right to choose. You better be careful before you make those choices, but everybody's got free will in this country. And that's something that, obviously that we celebrate every day, and even more so today, free will, the power to control your own destiny. But a little bit what I was saying, joking before about Friday being payday, Johnny Kemp, that song, Got Some Money in My Pocket. Everybody's slowly now getting back to work. Everybody's slowly now getting back to the routine, and hopefully, fingers crossed, people are starting to make that money again and bringing in income. So, we've been giving free consultations over the phone. We're happy to keep doing it. But ultimately, you are going to have to make a decision for you and your family as to how you're going to prudently spend that money, that hard-earned money that you are making. Are you going to do it to better your life and your family's life for generations to come? Or are you going to go out and buy something that maybe breaks in 6 months, or you lose in 30 days, or forget about next week? That's an important decision that you and only you can make. But I'm sure that Conrad Pollock, the managing partner of this firm, the son of the founding attorney of Pollock Isaac DeSico, can attest that immigration work, immigration help, legitimizing your immigration status in the United States is a generational thing. I can listen. Same with me. I have obtained over $120 million from my clients. Right? I've written checks for clients for millions and millions and millions of dollars, more money than they have ever seen in their entire life. Earning 20, 30, 40,000 a year. Now all of a sudden you got millions in your pocket. It's a generational effect. Conrad, I'm sure you can give us instances that what Pollock Isaac DeSico did in the 60s has now trickled down generations to other individuals that never have to worry about deportation or DACA or anything like that. Correct?
Well, as you were just going off and spouting off, I was just thinking, like, you see that picture behind me, I was just thinking that shark thing.
Shark.
That's why you're so successful. You are the shark.
And rightfully so for the clients. Adam is like,
well, listen.
But no, we've the firm has been going at it for quite some time, and as we've discussed in over the previous 3 months, more than once. The firm has existed in its current capacity for some 30-something years. And my dad was doing it before that for 15, 20 years. So we've been at this immigration game, although I shouldn't call it a game. But we've been practicing immigration law now for solid, as a family, solid 50 years.
Yeah, and you've helped generations. I'm sure that there are people that you can say you helped my grandparents legitimize their status in the
we get it all the time. Nelson, watch, he'll
it's actually funny you say that. We've had clients who have come to the firm. We were at one point considering relocating, and I told Conrad, you can't do that, because we have clients who literally come in and say, Arthur Pollock represented my grandfather. And they know where we're at. We've been at the same location, how long, Conrad?
My dad took our current space, the one office on the third floor at 225 Broadway, in 1981. But prior to that, he had been upstairs on the 15th floor since 1971, I think. And before that, he was in Brooklyn, 46 Court Street. But we've been at our current location now. Next year will be 40 years in our floor. I mean, granted, we only had a couple of offices back in 81. Now we have the whole floor on the third floor at 225 Broadway. But next year will be 40 years at that location, 50 years in the building. It's been a long time.
People literally walk in all the time and say, Arthur Pollock helped my grandfather. Arthur Pollock helped my father. And it's definitely a great feeling because we're still at the same location. We're not a firm that moves around or shuts down or, is trying to dodge people. And B, the fact that these people still remember the office and are able to come, many years later to the same location and find us there, I think is good.
And you know what that signifies?
I have a well, let me just one point. I have a portrait of my dad hanging in my office behind me, and I can't tell you how many times people, old time clients of ours, will come in and they'll sit down at my desk and they'll look over my shoulder and see the picture of my dad, and they'll point. Said, he's the guy. He's the one who got my father his green card, or he's the one who got my grandmother her green card. I mean, I see it all the time.
Yeah. One of the things I want to touch.
Sorry.
One of the things I want to touch on, gentlemen. Sorry, before Adam jumps in also. As we ask you on the radio to turn up your radio and actually tell people that the personal injury and immigration show Cruising with a Case Handler is on, and asking you also to share on platform. One of the things that I want us to talk about for just about 3 minutes, the three of you, but it's extremely important that you address this. One of the issues that we have within our Caribbean community is that our Caribbean community was led to believe, not everyone, but some of them were led to believe that if you're speaking to someone in the capacity of a doctor or someone in the capacity of a lawyer, that these individuals can pretty much, thank you so much, Adam, for putting up the Caribbean flags in the background there, that these people in the capacity of being lawyers and doctors can actually hold the people under duress. It can actually dictate, can actually be autocratic, can actually be condescending, and it's okay. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up, I've gotten over the years numerous complaints, people saying, I don't like dealing with these lawyers because I don't like the way they talk to me. They don't treat me like I'm a person, the way they push me around. The most common one, gentlemen, that I get is that, and especially when they're at a disadvantage, not being in status, whether it's personal injury or immigration. But the most common one that I get is, I spoke to the attorney once and I can't get in touch with him ever again. Every time I call, I can never get him. Or I'm speaking with a paralegal. I can never get the attorney. I can't find him. I only hear him on the radio. This is a very common complaint in the Caribbean community. And I wanted each of you to speak on that, where PPID is concerned, where the case handler is concerned. And I want to hear your comments so that everyone listening to us at 93.5 FM, yes, they're listening for the personal injury talk. Yes, they're listening for the immigration talk. But I do believe the other side of you guys, the personal side, okay, needs to be explained. And you can tell them how you treat your clients. I don't know who wants to jump off.
I'll start. So as Adam regularly says, we are all practicing attorneys. As a practicing attorney, it's very difficult to be in 4 or 5 places at one time. So one of the things I typically do is I tell all of my clients, I am not in the office many times. If you'd like, you can call and ask to leave me a voicemail on my phone, okay, on my personal phone, okay, on my extension. I don't know that I have any clients that can complain about me personally not returning phone calls. I think that is something I pride myself on. Clients are paying for a service. I give you that service. Email, I was actually emailing a client today at 7 o'clock in the morning. And if she's listening, she knows who she is. That's what we do. I've been with the firm for 13 years. Again, one of the reasons I've been with the firm so long is because I like the way they conduct business, and that's just, that's how I was taught. That's how we do things. Meeting with me also is not something impossible. I tell clients, if I'm not in the office and you can't get a hold of me, make an appointment, come in, we'll sit down and we'll talk. I have a couple of listeners who basically said they'd like to meet me in person. And I said, sure. I said, give me a call last week of June. Hopefully we're opening up first week of July. And if that's an option, why not? At the end of the day, this is people's hard-earned money, and they want to trust and they want to believe in their lawyer. I believe a lawyer gives their clients a sense of confidence. I have a lot of my colleagues, tell me, Nelson, the client walks in, he looks all upset, he leaves your office, he's smiling, shaking your hand, and he's all happy. That's my job. My job, if I can explain to you what is happening in your case, then obviously I know what I'm doing. If you leave my office and you have no idea what's happening, then I probably don't really know what I'm doing.
Nelson, I've taught you well.
Listen,
the fact is though, whenever I interview someone, whether it's a paralegal, lawyer, receptionist, whatever, before I hire them, one of the questions that I always ask is why immigration? And depending on what their answer is, that goes a long way towards whether I'm going to decide to hire that person or not. In addition, I always tell people that I interview that, immigration is not like other areas of the law or like most other areas of the law. Here we're dealing with people's lives. Here we're dealing with people that this probably is the most important thing in their life, getting that green card, getting that permission to work, getting that ability to remain in the United States, to provide for their family, to make a better life for themselves and for their family. That's why they came here. That's why they're here. And that's why they're sitting in my office or in Nelson's office or any of our other associates' offices, talking about how to make that dream a reality. And again, I tell every person that I'm interviewing that this is the most important thing in your clients' lives. And as a result, they're going to be all over you and they're going to be calling, and some more than others. And because it's very important. This is not, they're just drawing up a will and that could be done anytime, or, they're looking to buy a new house and, we have a contract. I mean, again, these are important issues in one's life, but it's not like getting that green card. It's not like getting that visa or that permission to work, because that is life altering, right? And it really does make a difference. But go ahead, Squeeze. I'm sorry.
No. I want you guys to talk. I mean,
well, listen,
very important that you talk about, because a lot of people. One thing I learned every day, gentlemen, and I can school everybody that's listening to this station who are broadcasters and non-broadcasters and everybody. Every 15 minutes, according to what's called the Arbitron ratings out in Monitor the radio station, we have new listeners every 15 minutes. And I want every 15 minutes for those new listeners to actually know who we are and what we do. All right. Because I know that this is the most powerful radio show when it comes to personal injury and immigration, because you all treat people genuinely like family. You are all willing to speak with people. I have never had a more, for lack of a better word, intimate a team that is with the community out there, who is willing to talk to them. I have actually, ladies and gentlemen, gotten calls from my clients on the BioLife side or the finance side, the credit repair and the debt settlement side, and they call me up and I am able to actually say, hold on, let me get my attorney on the line. Okay, so you guys can exchange numbers so they can know that I know you, and I'll introduce you to them, and then they'll take your number and they call you back. And I have done that with these attorneys here. That's what this is all about. That's how this should work. You should not be listening to a community program and not be able to reach out to the broadcaster or reach out to the attorneys and speak with them. You've got concerns, you've got issues. We are immigrants. We were not born here. We want more information. There's a lot that we don't know. So we want to feel like an Adam Handler can explain, what do I do if I get into an accident? The Conrad Pollock, a Nelson can, hey, listen, I'm in a situation with my green card. What can I do? I've had some small infraction here or a big infraction there. What can I do? And I want them to be able to say, you know what? I know Conrad, I know Nelson. I can call them directly at the office or call them however. I can call Squeeze if I can't find somebody. That's what this is all about. Go ahead, Adam. You're about to say something.
Well, Adam, 1 second, Adam.
Squeeze, you guys just, the number.
All the people that are out there listening, all those folks that are listening to our show right now, we've been doing this now for 3 months. I challenge any of these people that are listening that have called us to send in a message right now, or send in a text to you today, and tell about the experience that they've had when they've called our office. Has anybody been rude to them? Has anybody hung up on them? Has anybody not been responsive? On the contrary, I will bet that every person that has called, that is listening, that will call in right now or text in right now, will say exactly what I'm saying, because it's the truth. We are here. We are really trying very hard. We're doing everything we can to provide a community service, to give back to this community. And, I believe we've
we certainly have made the effort. It's been 3+ months, and I challenge anybody out there to tell us otherwise, to say that we haven't been doing what we're saying. I would love to hear some of the comments. We hear it, of course, when people call in or when they retain us. You know, I mean, Nelson, you know, and Andrea, Shira will come on and tell you, Yee, they talk to people all the time. And we get so many comments about, you know, thank you for helping us. Thank you for providing the service that you're doing. It's a wonderful thing that you're doing, and that's great. You know, we love to hear that kind of stuff. But go ahead, Adam. Go ahead. Yeah, we've been holding you off for the last half hour. Go.
Go ahead, Mr. Personal Injury, Mr.
A couple of things we got to get straight here. First of all these talk about people calling in and you know, really getting a sense of our firm. Well, how do they do it? I can't believe we've gone 14 minutes without saying our phone number, which is 844-774-3529. I'm going to give it a couple of times because I know people have probably been cruising around in their car and wondering how the heck do I call these people? 844-774-3529 or
Adam, what is synonymous with Juneteenth celebration at PPID right now that you guys are giving away? At how much?
You mean the free consultations? Well, listen, we do that anyway. I don't care if it's Juneteenth, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. That's not going to change. You know, today is obviously a special day because it certainly signifies, you know, freedom. It certainly signifies the unshackling of one's soul, and I think it can apply, you know, to almost everybody. And it's about, like I said earlier in the show, it's about making your life better. What are you going to do today, right, to free your soul, to make your life better, to make your family's life better? I suggest to you, if you have an immigration issue or if you have any legal problem whatsoever, you finally, you know, take care of it. You know, a very important decision was rendered earlier this week, or actually last week, which says that you, no matter who you are or what you're doing here, should be able to access the courts with freedom of fear of being deported, with freedom of fear of having to face ICE officers, you know, trying to take you away. Use the courts. You have a family law issue, go to court. You haven't seen your kid, get custody or visitation. You're not getting money from the father or the mother of your child, get child support. You know, you have that speeding ticket that's suspending your license, go to court. You have a personal injury case and you need to testify, go to court. Right? Those are things that are now available to you. I truly believe that the winds of change are coming, and everybody out there should feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that they can assert their rights as human beings here in this country. But what the most important thing I think we could really deliver, the message we can deliver today on Friday, right, Juneteenth, 2020, is that the reason why we're doing this show, the reason why we're able to do this show, the reason why we've been in our current office space for 40 years is because we are really, really good at what we do. We are really, really good. In fact, I'm going to say it. I challenge anybody to say that they get better results than our law firm. Listen, we can never guarantee anything. Nobody should ever guarantee anything. But I'm going to guarantee you this. If you have our number, hopefully you never need it, but God forbid you do. If you have our number and you call that number, I guarantee you that you will be treated like family, that you will be treated with respect, that you will feel comfortable with the process, and also know that you stand the best chance possible for the most successful outcome for your particular situation. We are attorneys. We're not magicians, but we know what we're doing. Like I said, we are really, really good at what we do. And if you give us the chance and you give us the opportunity to show you exactly what we do as a firm, Pollock, Isaac, DeSico, we are going to change your life and we are going to change your family's life for generations to come. I've recovered over $120 million for victims of negligence. Conrad and his associates and his partners over the years have helped tens of thousands of people with their immigration issues here in the United States of America. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. We are Pollock, Isaac, DeSico, and our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Squeeze believes in us. Every single DJ, every single programmer on this radio station, whether it's 12 midnight or 12 in the afternoon, and you know who I'm talking about, knows what we do, knows how we do it, and has trusted us and has endorsed us over the past 15 years. And if they say, no, that's not true, then I challenge them to come and on their show say, no, the case handler isn't the baddest around. That Pollock Isaac DeSico isn't the most powerful and celebrated law firm on this station. I challenge you because we do the right thing. 844-774-3529, 844-PPID law.
Hey, here's what I'm going to ask everybody. Give me 2 minutes here, guys. I'm going to ask, on this Juneteenth day here, Emancipation Day, the day of freedom, all right? I am going to ask everyone that's listening to 93.5 FM, that is watching us on Facebook at David Squeezaniki's page, Adam Handler's page, PPID's page. Here's what I'm going to do. Everyone is challenging everyone all around. I am challenging everyone right now to dial the number I'm about to give you about 10 times, okay? And let that number ring 15, 20 seconds. If you are out there and you need to speak with an attorney for free where a consultation is concerned, I am going to show you that PPID will not back down in actually giving you that free consultation, 100% free. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is true. They are truly the most powerful law firm I have ever put on this station. And I'm not saying that from a commercial point of view. I'm saying that based on the fact of how they respond to clients, how they respond to me when a client called me. So I'm going to give it a number. If you want to speak with an attorney for free, if you want to ask an immigration question, okay, 100% free. On the phone, ladies and gentlemen, you want to ask a question about personal injury, okay? You want to ask a question about criminal defense, real estate law, and other areas of law, here's the number. Dial it right this second. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Everyone who has heard Adam Handler throughout the entire station for the past 15 years, dial the number and said, yo, Adam Wagwan, 844-774-3529. I tell you what, let's needle him a little. Call him up and say, yo, Shark, what you up to? The Shark, let's call him the Shark. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Everyone out there, you will need an attorney at some point. Dial that number, let them take care of you, whether it's Greg Pinto, whether it's Alan Kay, it doesn't matter. Whether it's DeSico, it doesn't matter. We've got the attorneys at PPID. They've got their own departments that they work within, all right? So once again, people, pick up the phone. You need good attorneys. We're in this country. You see what's going on. We will need attorneys in some area. So pick up that number, pick up that phone and dial that number, 844-774-3529. And say, yo, Adam Wagwan, yo, Nelson, yo, where's the big man, Conrad? 844-774-3529. I am proud of them. I'm sharing them with you. It's been years since I've been able to actually come back and do this. And here we've got a powerful platform, a powerful firm, PPID. They've got offices in Peekskill, offices in Manhattan, and guess what? Offices in Brooklyn. And we'll soon do a live broadcast. Yes, Conrad, I know you're itching to say something.
Well, the office in Brooklyn is at 107 Avenue I, by the way, and it's conveniently located. The F train stops right there. And the B11 bus stops right in front of our storefront. So come on by. We're going to be open soon. What I was going to say, I mean, a lot of news has happened over this past week. But number one, and we forgot to mention it yesterday, Shruti Bali, who is one of the associates working at our firm, and she's been on this show several times. In fact, I believe she was on Tuesday, this past Tuesday. She gave birth to a baby boy.
Congrats.
Yesterday, and you know, we all thought she was going to name him Squeeze, but didn't happen. Nope. She said her husband, she wanted Squeeze, but her husband preferred Sean, so they named the baby Sean.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, it's still the S, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So Shruti had her baby boy yesterday. Yep, and she's probably listening right now from the maternity ward. in the hospital where she's staying, and we congratulate her. So yeah, yesterday was a big day. Besides Trudy having her baby, the Supreme Court came down against that big bad guy who's hunkered down in the basement in the White House. Right, the orange guy. DACA is alive. The Chief Justice Roberts, who is a conservative and was appointed by a Republican president, sided with the 4 liberals on the court, a 5-4 decision, and they have extended DACA. It still exists. The reasoning was procedural. I don't want to really get into the details, but basically they said that the Trump administration didn't do what they were supposed to, that their decision to end the program, besides being just mean-spirited, the court didn't say that, I did. It was an arbitrary and capricious decision, and as a result, DACA will continue. So that 650,000 or 700,000 kids out there who have benefited from that program since it was enacted by Obama in 2012. Can we say how long will it still have it?
Can we say how long?
Well, it's indefinite. At this point, it's indefinite. Trump, any president can prolong it or terminate it. It depends on what they do. Fact is, yes, Trump will try to terminate it again if he's reelected. It's not going to happen before the election. So hopefully he won't get reelected, and hopefully the program will continue. And at some point, Congress will make it a law as opposed to just an executive action by a president. But let's hope that he doesn't get reelected, and for many reasons, but this is one more, that DACA will continue if he doesn't get elected again. So you also mentioned, well, this happened last week about the case, the federal case that basically told ICE, those are the immigration cops, that they can't hang around the courthouses in New York. They can't pick up people, illegal immigrants that might be attending a court case for their own case or as a witness to testify. ICE basically was told, hands off immigrants if they're coming to court. Obviously, there's a good reason for that. It was discouraging people from going to court, which is not a good thing.
So some small battles won, recently.
On the contrary, those aren't small battles. Those aren't small battles. I was going to say,
actually, not small battles. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Those are pretty significant wins for the good guys. So and will benefit a lot of people. I mean, DACA, obviously 650, 700,000 people right there, not to mention their families. And all the people, who knows how many immigrants have not attended court hearings over the past year or two since ICE started hanging around the courthouse doors trying to pick people up to deport them. So this is good news. A lot of good stuff happened this week, and on top of Trudy having her baby, a lot of good stuff. And another good point, the governor stated that we will enter, or maybe it was de Blasio, I don't recall which. But New York City will enter phase 2 on Monday, which means we can reopen, which means we're going to be reopening real soon now. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, we're getting to the top of the hour, so I just wanted to make sure that everybody out there had our phone number. Again, I am Adam Handler, your case handler. We are Pollock, Isaac DeSico. Our phone number is 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844 ppid law, ppidlaw, 844-774-3529. Give us a ring. We're happy to help. We want to help. We're able to help, and it's 100% free over the phone to get the information you need to make your life and your family's life better. Thank you so much for listening. It was a great week on the air at 93.5. We look forward to doing it again on Monday. For those of you on Facebook, keep watching. We'll answer some immigration questions. And I missed it. I missed it. All right. Anyway, listen, we're doing our thing, and we got juiced up today. So I'm happy. Nelson, tell us a little bit about some of those phone calls you got this week, some of those consultations you were doing.
So we've actually gotten several consultations about people interested in applying for citizenship. As Squeeze mentioned earlier, a few of the callers had a immigration attorney previously, were unhappy with the service they received, and they have reached out to our firm. We are able to assist these people. We've also gotten calls regarding people married to United States citizens looking to adjust their status. We've gotten a whole wide gamut of calls. I mean, just different situations, different options, but we've gotten a lot of calls.
We're noticing that probably the majority of the calls that we're getting from the folks who are listening are people that have tried to do the cases themselves, and for one reason or another have either failed or run into difficulties or been denied, or a host of other issues have developed. And it brings us back to the salient point that we keep bringing up, that it might have seemed easy, or maybe it was easier a few years ago pre-Trump, but these days immigration really is a minefield. We keep returning to that theme. Immigration really is a minefield, and to navigate through that minefield really requires a substantial amount of expertise these days. This is not your grandfather's immigration service, people. All right, things have changed, and it's getting worse and worse. And just again, the vast majority of the calls we get are from people that have tried to do the case themselves and haven't been able to do it and have messed it up. All right, so I strongly advise people, don't take this on yourself. You might think it's simple. Even citizenship, it used to be a 5-page application. Now it's 25 pages.
Yeah.
It's just things have changed dramatically. In addition, I want to repeat before we forget, filing fees are going up. The government, the U.S. citizens, CIS is running out of money. They're projected to run out of money in less than a month now. Filing fees are going to be going up soon. Citizenship applications, one of them, they're going to be doubling. The fees for citizenship applications is about to double. Various other applications also going to be going up substantially. So if you've been thinking about filing, now's the time. Call us.
Absolutely. And that number happens to be 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-PPID-LAW. 844-PPID-LAW. And of course, we're going to be getting a true success story from, of course, my co-host, the Shark. The case handler. Messing with him, today. All right. So just keep it locked right here. We'll get that in a few minutes. But I want to remind everyone, if you have immigration questions, please place those questions right here on Facebook, or you may join the WhatsApp group and send in your questions like people have been doing. We do appreciate that. Also, do remember, and I repeat, you will get a free phone consultation at PPID in any of the capacities of the law that they practice. All right, speak with them first, and then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, hire them. I know Conrad and Nelson and Adam tends to be very modest when they're speaking. Okay, they say get an attorney and get that. No, get PPID.
I wasn't being very modest before. I was telling everybody.
You're like, I hope you never need me or blah, blah, blah. No, they will need you at some point. Okay, it's going to happen. If it's not them, it's their friend, it's their family. They are going to need you at some point. So, telling them that you hope that they don't is very nice, but we know it's inevitable. It's going to happen. So I just tell people like it is, because when you do that, you're like, oh, so you mean I don't have to come to you? I can go to another attorney? No. Why do you think we're doing this every day? Just because we're good looking guys? No. We truly want to help people because you all said it. You're not supposed to say the best, but you are good at what you do. I can say you are the best. You can. I know you are the best. So, we got to tell people the truth. Don't go to another attorney. Go to PPID. Okay, that's it. You need an attorney. No. You need PPID. You guys are attorneys. Yes, Adam, you're saying. Sorry.
I wasn't saying anything. I'm actually looking at a police report right now. We just, we were able to file lawsuits. Finally, the clerks let us start filing lawsuits a couple weeks ago. And there's so many cases. I'm actually looking at this case right now. I have a passenger in a vehicle. They had the stop sign. They stopped. Another vehicle had a stop sign, but ran right through the stop sign. And both insurance companies are now fighting with each other, saying who's responsible. I have a passenger, so I don't care. She's getting paid eventually. But I'm working on that lawsuit right now. So I'm trying to do a little work while the immigration talk is going on. But, you're absolutely right. We are maybe a little too modest. But, I always like to keep it in check and simmer down as I've been told through my simmer down, handler. But, you know, we do great things here. And again, it's because, you know, we're really good. And Conrad is certainly a very competitive person and would only put out the best lineup available for his team. And Pog Isaac DeSico is his team. He's the managing partner of the firm. His own DNA started the law firm, you know, years and years ago. So I'm proud to be a part of it. Nelson is too. And we hope that you'll be a part of it also. And you'll give us the opportunity to be your attorney if you're ever in an accident or ever in a situation where you need people fighting for you like family. But I will pull up a real quick true life success story, and then I got to jump off because I actually have to speak with an attorney on a case. It's in celebration of Friday. Let's see what we can do here. Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry.
844-774-3529. Everyone that needs a personal injury attorney or will need one, dial that number 844-774-3529. Ask for the shark, ask for the case handler. It's the one and same. All right. And remember, speaking about one, you've got one chance, one choice, and he is the case handler, and he has settled well over $120 million for his clients. So if you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, store that number 844-774-3529. Yes, Adam.
All right. So dealer's choice here. You are the dealer. Tell me, I'm going to scroll. You tell me when to stop. And ladies and gentlemen, well, you're not on the radio. So if you're listening to this right now, you are seeing, you know, what Squeeze is seeing. And those are some big, big numbers. Lots of 7-figure settlements, 7-figure verdicts for people that had one chance, one choice, and chose your boy, the case handler. So I'm going to keep scrolling. You tell me when to stop. We can.
I like that 1.697500, $1,697,500.
Yeah, this was a good one, and I love this. What did I just do here? I love this not only because of the amount of the check, but look how good my tan is in this picture. You know, this was a couple of summers ago. This was an awesome case, and these people are. Awesome is not a good enough word. These people are the best. Anne and Orion, not the real names, but I'll tell you, Anne, every single holiday, whether it's my birthday, whether it's New Year's, whether it's Thanksgiving, even the Jewish holidays, she is texting me, sending blessings. And she's doing it because we have changed her life and her son's life. This was a very interesting case. It's a mother and a son. They were passengers in a vehicle. The vehicle hit, they're driving down the road. All of a sudden, boom, the car goes, you know, jumps in the air and comes landing back down the road, and they're all shaken up in the car. Why? The vehicle hit an open manhole. Why did the vehicle hit an open manhole? Because the city of New York disregarded numerous, and I'm talking like over a dozen calls to 311 saying there's a manhole on the street. Every time it rains, the lid comes off and the manhole's exposed. And the city would go out there and put it back on. And then somebody else would call and the city would go out there and put it back on. In fact, the vehicle a few months before that, the same thing happened. A police officer himself said, somebody has got to fix this manhole. It keeps coming loose. A car was just in an accident, no injuries, but a car was just in an accident. And now this happened. Whenever you deal with the city of New York, it's always a pain in the ass, especially for a roadway or sidewalk, because the city needs prior written notice. What does that mean? That means that unless the city has actually written notice documented somewhere of a defect, a crack, a misleveling, a pothole, or this situation, a loose manhole, they're not responsible. But in here, they were responsible because they did know about the problem. And in fact, other people from the city of New York, police officers and DOT workers noted the problem in the file. So $1.697 million. Now, this was a case, right, that, you know, unless we were able to get money from the city, was only going to be worth 50 grand. The insurance for the vehicle was only 50,000. With Geico, they offered that right away because, the driver, maybe should have avoided the manhole. But there was a bigger issue there. And we dug deeper and we turned a potential $50,000 settlement, all right, into a $1,697,500 settlement. And the quote is great service. Great. Oh, you want to read it? Please do me that
Great.
favor.
That's my job here, man.
Yeah,
great service and on point from start to finish. It was really touching that Adam would call just to see how we were doing that day. Thank you to Adam Handler and his wonderful team. They represented us in a great way. Their team is the absolute best, and I recommend them to anyone. Anne and Orion from Hollis, New York. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Big money. And actually, we have some photographs here that actually, if you scroll down, and everybody that's watching this right now, that's why Testimonial Tuesday is so cool. Ruthie and now Ralston together do such a great job in presenting the story. And this is real life. You can see a picture from the accident, the vehicle they were in, and the manhole. I know Nelson loves this stuff. The vehicle and the open manhole. And then you look to the right and you see what they did after the accident. They actually changed the whole setup. They went from this round manhole that kept coming loose to a rectangle grate that was welded and fused shut to the ground. And this was actually on the left, a picture of the day we were in court. We were ready to go to trial and we settled that case. I'm a little bit paler and a little bit fatter in that picture, but that's okay. Your boy, the case handler, has come a long way since then, getting himself in shape. And, it's just what we do here, man. It's just what we do. We are literally changing lives. We're literally changing the way people handle personal injury cases in the city of New York and the state of New York. And if that's something that's important to you, then you'll have our number saved. Again, hopefully you never need it. God forbid you do. 844-774-3529 or 844-PPID-LAW. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity and the platform squeeze to, let people know who we are, what we do. And, I couldn't be prouder of our firm. I couldn't be prouder of this show. And I certainly couldn't be prouder of the overwhelming response that we've had to the thousands and thousands and thousands of people listening to this program, both live on 93.5 and on Facebook.
All right. So a quick question from Facebook on the immigration side. It's on Facebook here. Why are the I-130 form of the U.S. Citizens Petitioner in Potomac Center taking too much time than expected, which was 7 to 9 months before? Please answer.
Everything with immigration is taking a lot longer than it used to. I mean, something as simple as an employment authorization that used to take up to 90 days is now taking 6 to 8 months, in some cases a year. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but it's not unusual. It's actually very common.
And here's another question. Pretty much this person is just saying they want to know if they were affected by the ban order. They're in a visa category is F2A. And they said they passed the interview on the 5th of March. I know that's a general answer, so I'll let you guys.
I'm sorry, say it again. What was the question?
Okay, I passed the interview on the 5th of March. All was great, and the consul told me my visa was approved. Then the embassy closed without stamping my visa. I don't know if I'm affected by the ban order. My visa category is F2A.
He could be. If he hasn't been issued the visa, he would be subject to the ban. Preference categories like F2A, F2B, first, second, third, fourth preference cases, they're all subject to the ban. If he hasn't actually received that stamp in his passport, he might not get it. Hard to say. The consulates have been closed, so we really haven't seen any situations that are affected like this yet. My suggestion to him would be to contact the consulate and just keep reaching out. If they're not open yet, they should be soon. But right. My guess is if he doesn't have that visa, he wasn't actually stamped, he's going to have a problem.
All right, no problem. Final question. Our family petition F3 has been approved this May 2020, and the NVC sent us a letter telling us to process using CEAC's site. Upon checking the site, it says the petitioner has to pay for the fees before sending an affidavit of support, but the petitioner, our father, died in 2017. Is it really possible that the petition was not revoked even though my father died?
Nelson, I'm going to let you answer this one. This is a widow penalty situation, but fact is, immigration would not know that the father died unless somebody told them. They don't check the obituaries on a regular basis. So immigration would not know that the father died unless somebody told them. Now, F3 is a third preference case. That means the father was a U.S. citizen applying for a married son or daughter. A case like that typically takes about 10 years, so they've been waiting a long time. But if the beneficiary is outside the United States, then that case is done. He would have, the only way he would get that case through is to demonstrate that it should be approved for humanitarian reasons. Not an easy lift. It's doable, but not an easy lift. If the applicant is in the United States, however, I'm going to let Nelson Madrid handle that situation.
Well, if the applicant is in the United States, you can try to convert that into another type of application, and that person should be eligible for adjustment of status. Yeah, you just answered the whole question.
Well, I answered only if he's not in the United States. But if the applicant is in the United States, that's right. He can file an I-360 change. There's something called the Widow Penalty Act. It happened a while back, which, you know, this used to be prior to that law coming into effect, which, by the way, I believe it came about with Obama. That law it became the law. Prior to that, you know, a petitioner would die, and basically after they could be waiting 10, 15, 20 years to get the green card, petitioner dies, case is over. The only way around it would be to demonstrate humanitarian reasons for approving that case. And that's never been an easy lift. It's particularly difficult these days, but it's never been easy. But when they created this new law, they did create exceptions to the rule. As long as you do the application, the new application, if the applicant is in the United States and they make the application within 2 years of the date of death and a couple of other specific requirements, the person can get the green card and potentially get it in the United States. So that's something that they're going to need a lawyer for. They're not going to be able to handle.
That's what I was about to say. It's a lot more difficult than it sounds, which is one of the reasons why I didn't start getting into the applications. You start talking about the applications, people think, oh, let me go fill out this application and it's going to happen. No, it's not that easy. Right. It's not that easy. There's a lot of facts, a lot of legal arguments that have to be made.
Okay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, want to say thanks to each and every one for joining us. We're about to conclude the show. We must remind you that this has been an attorney advertisement, and prior results that guarantee similar outcome. Thanks to the attorneys for being here. On Juneteenth, what I'd like to say is that there's a lot of changes that's happening, the tearing down of statues and so forth. And I just want to say to everybody, we're not, it's not about removing history. It's about creating, you know, a big historical moment by removing those statues. It shows more change. It shows more equality. And I want to say thanks to each and everyone who has endorsed Juneteenth, and has made it more recognized. I mean, it's a state holiday in Texas, and hopefully one day it'll become a holiday throughout the entire United States, marking the recognition of the ending of slavery. I am David Squeezaniki, and I'm just want to say thank you all so much for joining the show. Gentlemen, any final words before you go?
Great week. You know, a lot of
good stuff this week.
A lot of positive movements in the right direction. The phone call response, the phones have been ringing. The response has been great to this show. And again, we are here to help. And next week we reopen. We're even stronger then than we will be now. And, you know, have a great weekend, everybody. And, oh, wait a minute. Guys, happy Father's Day, man.
Happy Father's Day, gentlemen.
Let's give ourselves a little love. How did we?
That's right.
Oh man, we screwed that up, man. We should have went live with that. We did not give ourselves nearly enough credit for being wonderful men and even better fathers. Oh God!
There you go.
Actually, I've been looking forward to this Father's Day. My kids, at my urging, got me a heavy bag to hang outside my house, and I got this blow up picture that I'm of our favorite president. I'm putting right on the bag. Boom, 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 boom.
And for you guys that don't know Conrad is 6'9". So you know he hits that bag. Boom.
Yeah. That's
the truth, though. I got my side, but they got me a heavy bag, which we're gonna hang tomorrow, and it's be a good workout. Looking forward to it.
That's good. That's good. Hey, gentlemen, happy Father's Day when it comes this Sunday. I'm quite sure I'll hear from you guys before then anyway, but thank you so much for doing a wonderful job. as usual this week, and people are finally realizing and seeing that you guys are great gentlemen. Not just as lawyer, but definitely as my phone rings off the hook here. But definitely as normal people. All right. So thank you all so much. We conclude. All right.
Thank you.